One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. That was convenient having two flags. We didn't have to show our backsides by saluting this flag. Instead, we were able to go to that one there. So thank you very much. At this time, we'll go to 1.03, which is approval of the agenda. This is for possible action. There's been a motion by Dr. Byers, second by Trustee Ballard. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye as well. Unanimously passes. 1.04 is the introduction of our Elko County School District Student Board Member, Ms. Kylie Hansen.
All right. Kylie Hansen is a senior at West Wendover High School. Kylie is committed to participating in a diverse range of activities, clubs, events, and rigorous classes. She has maintained a 4.0 unweighted GPA and achieved a 4.7 weighted GPA by completing 8 honors courses and 6 college-level classes. Kylie has been involved in cheerleading, student council, and the National Honor Society. She is entering her 7th cheerleading season with 3 seasons as a captain and her 1st as head captain. This is her 4th year in student council, where she served as class historian in 9th grade, was a student body representative in the 10th and 11th grade, and currently represents the cheerleading team for senior year. Kylie joined the National Honor Society at the end of her sophomore year, completing over 30 community service hours last year. She has already logged 8 hours this year, volunteering with various school clubs, the Recreation District, and the historic Wendover Airfield Museum. She's passionate about school involvement and enjoys participating in organizations that promote school spirit. Kylie Hansen.
No pressure. Would you like to say anything? If not, no worries. Okay, all right. 1.05 is to receive a presentation from the West Wendover High School FCCLA Club.
Hi, I'm Oscar, and we're here to represent FCCLA. FCCLA stands for Founding Career and Community Leaders of America. And this summer we went to nationals in Seattle, Washington, and we want to tell you all about it.
So for state, my name is Amit. For state, me, Oscar, and Alexa, we all participated in entrepreneurship, which that is just make a business, and we also had some seniors that they graduated. They also completed. It was called Fund Innovation. We all won state, and at nationals we received something.
So during nationals, we did a bunch of fun things. For example, we went to the space needle, we did cruising.
We wanted to thank the community and everyone who helped us with their fundraising. Because of that, they wouldn't have been able to go to nationals. And we want to give a special thanks to Jeff Durham for allowing us to use the Fratelli's Pizza restaurant to fundraise there.
That's FCCLA.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here, and congratulations on the nationals. Sure. We look forward to seeing what we can do this year as well. Good luck. 1.06 is to receive a presentation from the West Wendover High School Robotics team. And this is going to be a live demonstration.
Hello, everybody. Me and my friend Johnson and my friend Braxton are all members of West Wendover's Robotics Club. We are all part of Team 17506 Wolverine Robotics. As Wolverine Robotics, we have went state to state twice. And not only have we went to state, during our first year when we competed, we placed fifth in the Western Nevada region. This past year, we placed third out of all Western states, the Western region of Nevada. Sorry, let me correct myself, Northern region. And in addition to that, we also have won 2 awards. These are the design awards.
So for my freshman year, we had the design award and we received it for making a innovative way to get rid of static electricity, which could damage the robot. So the frame was made out of wood, and that actually absorbed the static electricity made sometimes by the arenas, which we saw could cause a fall in the robot.
So this year for our robot, we used a build that allows us to move side to side, forward and back, and our claw can pick up 2 gaming elements. So we have it coded where it opens, and then it closes on the claw, and then we have it so it can lift up and reach the top parts of the board. And with the game, there's little white pieces and different colored, green, purple, and yellow. Those are called pixels. They are this year's game element, and you put them on that black board back there. And so, without further ado, we're going to show you how our robot works.
As you saw, we made lots of mistakes. And of course, that always happens. And our goal at FTC is we always want to improve that. So next year, we're planning to improve it and even more. Such as, for example, do you see the paper airplane that we launched? It's called a drone. And within the game, if we launch it over the arena and outside of it, we can score points. And so that can give us a range from 30 to 20 to 10. And in total, that adds up really quickly.
And the pixels, white ones, they are 1 point if you get them on the, 3 points if you get them on the blackboard, 1 point if you get them in the backstage, which is that marked off red area back there. So where that one white one is laying back there, that is 1 point. And then the one on the backboard is 3. And then if you make one with, you can do green, purple, or yellow, and you can put those 3 together. And that will create a mosaic, which is 15 points, and then, or you can do 3 of green, 3 of purple, or 3 of yellow, but it cannot be 3 of white.
The biggest thing about this club is how every year you get a new competition. That's the hardest part about this. You have to improvise with every competition. For example, my freshman year, the whole stage was entirely different. It was slightly smaller, and instead of having pixels and stacking them, we had to put cones on top of the pole. This year we have this, and this upcoming season, we have no idea yet what it's going to be, but we have a hint by its name. The name is Under the Sea, so hopefully we have a great year this year, and I hope we make it a world. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck this year, and certainly we would love to cheer you on if you make these worlds. But even the Northern Nevada side, we want to see you well. Thank you for the presentation. 1.07 is input from the public. This is a period devoted to comments by the general public, if any, in the interest of privacy and due process. The public is requested to not raise personnel issues, except in the legally known as closed personnel session of the board. Comments are limited to 3 consecutive minutes. A speaker's time may not be reserved, divided, apportioned, or deferred. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under this item of the agenda until that matter itself has been included specifically in an agenda item upon which action may be taken. At this time, is there any public comment?
Well, first, I'd like to give my sincere gratitude to Superintendent Matters, the board, central office staff for coming to West Windover High School. Mr. Smith has said that in actually middle school would love to have the presentation by the board, so we appreciate Mr. Smith giving his time and energy to presenting next year. We appreciate that. So thank you. The one thing about the robotics club, they did also explain a lot of times they're actually competing with other teams, and so they actually combine their scores. So they might be with Reed High School and West Windover High School, and their combined points will determine their outcome as far as what they do. So we've actually been very proud of the club, how they travel. But I do want to highlight a couple things on West Windover High School. So graduation rates in Nevada for Title I schools are 57%, okay, across the board. West Windover has a 92% graduation rate over the last 3 years, so we're 35% better than the rest of the state. The state average is 84%, and we're at 92%, so that's something that we're extremely proud of. And I think at the beginning of the year, we had a gentleman talk at our convocation. He talked about community and about a sense of belonging and those other things. And I think that's an area that we excel at here at West Windover High School. So let me bring it in. A couple things. So student belonging. So I sit on the district improvement committee or improvement plan, and they said that they want 75% of their students to feel like they belong. Our data shows that we have 80+% of our students actually feel that they belong in West Windover High School. So for us, that's not a great goal because we surpassed it. Okay, our kids have a sense of belonging here. They're cared about here. They're supported here. We do some great work here. The second thing is science proficiency. So our science proficiency over the last year has actually shown a 100% increase from 3 years ago to 2 years ago to last year. So we went from 6.5 to 11.5 to 22% proficiency rate on their sophomore science test. And I think that's kudos to some of the things we're doing with our robotics program, but also to our teachers. So two of our teachers are here, Mr. Soprano and Mrs. Encinas. They both do an incredible job. We were very fortunate. We were able to get these teachers from the Philippines. Most people don't realize that when they come in here, many times they have 5 and 6 and 8 job offers, especially in science and math and STEM. They come here because of culture of our school, and that has been a blessing for us and a blessing for our students. We're very grateful for them and what they're doing for our kids. So that's an area of pride for us and something we're near. The last thing we want to talk about is staff climate. Okay, so staff climate surveys, we take a staff climate survey every spring. Now it's on a 5-point scale. Our average is a 4.4 out of 5. Actually, it's a little higher than that. That was our lowest one. That's because the principal doesn't always take input from the staff. It's only a 4.4. But the rest of it's 4.5, 4.6. The rest of the district average is right at the 3.4. So we're at a 25% higher average than the rest of the district. And that tells me that our staff feels that they're appreciated, our kids feel that they're appreciated, and we get kids across the finish line with graduating kids. And so that's when you talk about culture. So anything else in the school, whatever else, as I get closer to my impending done being here, one thing I want to do is that we have built an incredible culture in Western High School, incredible teachers. We're one of the only schools, I believe, in our district that is 100% staffed with certified teachers. And again, we find them everywhere. Okay, it doesn't matter if they're in the Philippines or they're at our church meeting, and we have to know that they teach welding. So we do whatever we can to be proactive to recruit people. So those are just some of the highlights that we have, and just want to emphasize that. And we don't always blow our own horn out in education. We're doing some really good things. So when you think about, administrative year, think about it. Okay, that's all good. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kylie. And welcome, Mrs. Simmons and Mr. Toronto as well. And thank you very much to the rest of the administrators and staff for this today as well. Is there additional public comment? All right, seeing that, we're moving to our action items. 2.01 is receipt, review, and possible approval of Indian policies and procedures for impact aid funding purposes. This is for possible action. Mr. Anderson, do you want to visit on this, or do you want to have somebody else discuss this item?
No, there's really not much to say. This is an annual action we take in order to comply with the policies and procedures that cover impact aid. So it's all here, and if you have any questions, I can try to answer them for you. It's mostly put together by our curriculum department with Mr. Mayor and Robert Allen. Not sure there's much more to say about it.
How would the board like to proceed on this federally mandated?
This is Trustee Dastrup. I move to approve.
We can sort here, Jason.
I just made a motion to approve.
It's been moved and seconded by Dr. Byers. Is there any discussion? Any questions from the board? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. 2.02 is receipt, review, and possible acceptance of the bid for Flagview Intermediate School Auxiliary Gym Re-Roof Project, Elko, Nevada, submitted by 702 Roofing LLC, and conditional awards of contract to the bidder. This is for possible action. Mr. Stalky.
Good evening. So we had, told you guys before, we had 2 contractors came out and looked at the projects. We had one supplier that did. The project budget was $295,000, $350,000. That's the estimated cost. And we came in at $359,510, and then you'll see a bid ultimate there for about another 25,000, 285,000 dollars. And that is for installation in between these two groups.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Comments or questions from the board? Steve?
Just wanted to ask, I think at the commission meeting, they were asking that I would go back and read to the warranty on the working force.
When they say, 30-year warranty on your roof, it's not 30-year warranty. Yeah, so this one is, I think, built in 92, I believe, that would be off. And it's life cycle.
But this company,
The warranty average, usually, it's about 5 to 10 years, depending, on the roof and stuff.
I move that the board accept the best bid for the flat unit intermediate school auxiliary gym roof project submitted by 703 Roofing LLC, including alternate number 1, additionally award the contract to that bidder, subject to the timely submission to the district legal council of all documents required by the instructions to bidders, including 1, sign the contract, 2, proof of required insurance, 3, issue performance bond, and 4, issue payment bond.
Motion made by trustee Durham, who was called the wrong name there, and seconded by trustee Stanfield. Further discussion?
Have a motion for everything.
Yes, that includes the Elko one. Yes, that would be for everything.
I remember right on the CFP, what's this? What's that?
Yeah, it was, and then, the contract for the engineering firm that we work with, that was the estimate, 295.
Was working. What she was referring to, and I was actually looking it up when she started to bring it up, is on our CIP. We budgeted a certain amount for certain projects to be done this year, and we had a budgeted amount of $450,000 for this. The estimate was going to be around $350,000, so even with the overage for the installation, we're still almost about $70,000 under the original CIP budget amount. Which is a good thing.
Yes. Nice to be on here.
Any further discussion or questions from the board?
Make sure we don't have a lot to say about it.
One on that side works. Okay. Then, all in favor of the motion on the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye as well. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. 2.03 is receive, review, and possible approval of proposed new policy IFD, instructional resources, artificial intelligence. This is the second time we are seeing this, and this is for possible action. There have been a few changes that have been made with regards to the comments from the board of trustees at the last meeting. Mr. Anderson, do you want to take this any further?
Yes, thank you. So as noted, when you look at the attachments, obviously the first one, once it's first read, there we have second read was just missing all the changes. So the one that says IFD, that has got almost all of the suggestions that were brought up at our last board. We engaged in this healthy conversation last time around. And you will see most of those reflected here. And so they included your comments, and then we indicated, well, just as by way of remembering, we had a survey open for about a week or so before the last board meeting, and then we said we would leave it open for the next 2 weeks, which we did. For the first week or so that it was open, we got about 250 respondents, and then since 2 weeks ago, one meeting, we got about 19. So, and those 19 more or less reflected all the similar concerns or viewpoints that were no like strikingly new points that we made. It was all the stuff we've heard before, which is we appreciate those responses. So nothing else, kind of, I think, this is to say nothing else to that from any more survey responses. And I have no further questions or comments from board members during those last 2 weeks.
Is this working? Okay. I move to approve, the new policy IFD, instructional resources for artificial intelligence.
Musical minds. All right, motion made. Motion made by trustee Kylie, seconded by trustee Durham. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye as well, motion passes. 2.04 is receive, review, and discussion of proposed new policy JJC, education records publicity. This is a non-action item. And I don't see that we have Mr. Church with us. Mr. Anderson, do you want to take this one on?
All right. So this is a policy we would like to, so the proposed new policy, not a revision of a current one. So for those of you who either worked in a school or you have children who go to school, there's a form every year since we either worked here or had a kid go to school where you indicate whether or not you as a parent are willing to have your child's work, name, image, whatever published, so in the newspaper, could be on school website, it could be a lot of different ways we share students' successes. So the form that we've been using served its purpose, but the feedback and the feedback we got was it's a very confusing form, rather convoluted, and also just as we move into the future, people with paper forms that we're pitching off 10,000 of them, having them all come back is a little antiquated of a method at this point. So instead of going about the process that way, Kayla worked with legal to draft this policy. She also developed a much more simplistic form that now we will provide a summary. We provide notification to parents that form has changed and they would like to opt in a child out of any of these media releases or having their work or their name and likeness published, and they can contact the school and fill out a form and opt out. So it's shifting from opting in to finding out what everyone wants to do or the way they want to do it to a simple opt out if they don't want to. So a little bit of change in practice that way, but that's going to be much more streamlined, I think, much less confusing and not as important. So this policy just kind of outlines that process, and then the form itself is already developed and ready to go once you're able to. That's very much my questions.
Questions from the board?
I had a thought, and I'm reading through this, it just says at the beginning of each school year, every district shall, every district school shall send an email to each student's guardian and annual publicity notice. Do we feel like that's a good enough way to get to parents is through email, or are there going to be students that possibly the parents wouldn't see that? I was thinking maybe about just putting information on, like general information on the schools pamphlet that they send out every year.
Yeah, we'll do the email. I mean, we always obviously try to get as much, accurate as an email production as possible. It's one great way of communicating, with parents. And knowing Kayla, she'll also work communicating through the app, putting it on, something that we don't print handbooks as well. So we'll have ways of making sure people know if we wanted to go on to that. Yeah, just like most of our other platform methods, communication which creates a some ways we use it to communicate with us all right. So then awesome. And just encourage everyone to get their email. All contact information is very important at that time. Emails, phone numbers, addresses.
Additional questions? CJ, if somebody does not return the items, then I'm assuming, oh, actually, I'm going to back that up. Trustee Dastrup had a question. Can the form be submitted electronically to the school secretary? What is the word? Yes, school secretary.
Yeah, I think they could do that. It would be important to still go through the process of secretary, pick up a form and submit it back. I didn't know that.
Terrific, thank you. And if a form is not returned, is that an automatic opt-in? So it is an automatic opt-in. Is that need to be fully eliminated in our policy? If somebody doesn't say, well, I didn't opt out, I mean, if by definition, if you do opt out, you are opting in. I wanted to, I didn't know if we need to be very clear on that.
So are you suggesting maybe item 3, kind of add an additional sentence at the end, just clarifies how it says. The form is not turned in for students. We were back to opting in to additional sentence.
I think that would be prudent, yeah.
Okay. Another way, gotcha. Noted.
Any additional questions from the board? I know we've been going a bit fast. Thank you, Trustee Dastrup, for the text. If there's anything else, please continue to text that worked well. We are having a difficult time hearing. Then with that, this is a non-action item, and we appreciate the time. For the board, we'll see it again in approximately 3 weeks, depending on additional changes made there. That concludes our action items. So we'll go to 3.01. This is the consent agenda for possible action. Motion to approve made by Trustee Byers, seconded by Trustee Durham. Any comments or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye as well. Ms. Dastrup, thank you for the aye. Motion passes unanimously. We haven't heard time with that word today. 4.01 is the superintendent's report. Mr. Anderson.
Thank you. I don't actually have a ton of items to share, so I can back that's my busy 2 weeks. But it's not my busy 2 weeks. Doing the same thing, and that's getting really personal. Sorry. Getting through the first week, but I'm not sure how else to realize that. It was a great week last week. Just a few things to share. It was nice to get an invitation to the opening of their program. That's another really great collaboration with our school district. We're very resource for our students who enter that field. Susan was there as well. She was often at events around the community, and Paul Allen joined her also events to GBC and our president, ever, so it's going great over there. Obviously, we have the first week of school, as I said, really wonderful to get around the schools. I regret to admit that I did not make it to as many schools as I've done in the past, day one or day one before. Lots of other things going on at the same time, but between me and all the directors in central office, we were able to almost so we're making the rounds, and we'll continue to do so, and welcome our students and back to school. For all intents and purposes, it was a great week. Very little promotion, which is really nice. Really excited about school. I know my own 4 children, even the middle schooler and high schooler, are positive about how their school is. So really good week, and appreciate all the staff for working so hard to get things prepared for our students. Whenever I think through when I was a teacher and when I was an administrator at a school site, there's all these things that theoretically could go wrong, but anything can happen with a building. Your textbooks did not show up, your teacher could resign because of family issues or something like those things. And I say can because those are things that actually happen, inevitably every year. But I always tell myself that's not the students who are about to come tomorrow. That's not their fault. Those things happen, and we still have to do the responsibility to provide a well-prepared and more environment for them. And so I know a lot of people have that in mind too. Like, it's okay that it's things are on my wall. That's not what this is all about. It's not what we're actually is. Feel loved, feel important, feel ready for excited for a new school year, and to get to the important work that we do. So much appreciation to everyone for having that mentality, and I'm sure we welcome our students. By way of information, another kind of important announcement for you is one earned, I'm not sure what it is. He's our new facilities construction director, so Selfie is moving from his position where he was doing that already into that director job. It's not vacant, and so I work on that role. And congratulations to Matt. He's been joining us on board meetings for the last couple of months, and he's been great at adjusting to building. We've really been trying to do 2 jobs for the last couple of months. I love his attitude of this. I'll ask you a question about a project. And, that wasn't kind of his project or his baby that he was working on. I'm not sure. Let me find out for you real quick. And he'll go, he'll type in. And it was really versus himself. Excited to see the value that that's toward what done there. And so we're moving forward in that department also. I guess since we're talking about facilities, it's probably worth bringing up paper and talked about, but with more people we talked about that just kind of a little bit. It was very fresh information 2 weeks ago, like a few hours ago, so we didn't really have much time to discuss or anything. Since then, we met with representatives from the governor's office, we met with our engineers, we met with traffic council members, we met with indirectly with lobbyists and folks who are heavily involved in the passenger team. And so we are we're controlling what we can control. What we can control is looking at that value engineering, see where we can trim some costs off. Nobody anticipates that you can trim that much off, but we're doing what our role is, and then I believe the state is going to try to work together to put any of other people's goals are. And see if to everyone in this project was able to bring to completion. So, short of, since we don't have additional $4 million to give, we are focusing on controlling things we can control. That's what we do with our folks who are most knowledgeable about the situation as it pertains to the engineering, design, and the costs. Contractors, so, well, that's still happening, and I believe we'll be this week, and, at some point, we'll see that as a, we'll inform you that we have, that we're really good at that. We're not gonna do that until we are pretty settled on that. We'll just do that with us as we go along. And, so the last thing is, I'm very excited on the high school held a golf fundraiser, golf schedule fundraiser on Friday, and it was really well put together. It was I've played in a handful of those, and over another, but it was really good. There were a ton of people there, lots of support, and what I loved was it wasn't about one team or one project. It was team was there, the cheer squad was there, speech and debate was there, there were kids from different organizations all around the school that were there, and they were committed to making sure that funding went to all of your students about athletics, and for clubs, and it was for their child. So a very kind of holistic school approach to, we're bringing people out to support the school, but we're going to so that was really good, very well organized. Yeah, okay, me too.
So I had a question about, the process for Lucky School. Have you looked at any, the bidding process that we currently do? Has any discussion been related to the launch of this bidding process? So one is this construction management risk CMAR, and I know there's another design build maybe. And so my question is, I know that we've got this process started, and for sure reduction has to be made. And has anyone had a comment or has anyone looked into how CMAR works or looking at that project?
I do know from talking with the governor's representative, the governor of public works, the governor's office. I think that's part of the conversation about that potential being an option. I don't know that's the way you want to go necessarily, but I don't know, bringing that up as a possibility.
Just want to comment with it. I have talked to other agencies that are having the same issues with construction, and that's why I was asking you for a point of how well it is.
One more kind of thought about it that it's kind of sort of even in reality is there are many very nice elements of that project, but are not essential for delivering construction. So there are several areas very much in the scope of the project that could theoretically be turned out entirely. And so when portion of the work that say, this whole is going to just be I don't want to call out any specific parts of that. No, but obviously our primary focus is making sure we have the appropriate number of classrooms for our students, making sure that there's always a delivery instruction. And so if there's something that sounds nice, it's essential, it's consideration for an element of the equation that also may come into play, but it's kind of really not something near us. Is if you'll recall with the passage of Department 2, there were 2 additional funds that were set up, $25 million each one was for girls to apply to, which is what we intend to do with tax rate and the side. And then the other was specifically for schools on tribal lands. And so, maybe some, there is interest, but they would be part of that ordinance, utilizing that part where that residence outside. So that, but yeah, that's how our story is working and really request for sites and all of the collaboration with the tribes.
Just my 2 cents on the issue, but I would really like to look some more into that construction management procedure. I talked to the company about it, it's something they're even very locally in our fund over for our fire station. There's a random project offers some advantages and some things I think that should be, especially when we're into 1, 2 letters on these things, that could change things. So that's something that we're. And then I was curious to engage with the engineers. Do they have any kind of explanation or accountability regarding the severe overage of the project? What their estimate was?
And they went through several specific areas of construction right now that are more costly than others. One of those is asphalt, just on plumbing and electricity, themselves were the other element of it is so he actually showed us the process by which he ascertained those numbers, and it was with great detail comparison across projects being done in other rural locations, schools of similar size, but what's really challenging to account for, it sounds like, is just how much costly it is to do the project. Not all rural locations are associated with parks, costs, and accessibility. So there are certain elements of that, for example, most equipment, etc., cannot be brought in from south of the must be brought up and around or clear around up in the northern valley and on down through. So that's something that's a challenge. So I think the ability to estimate costs as it pertains to building and also, another major issue that both contributed to the cost estimates as well as the availability of bidders is the closest city where stuff happens around the line is Boise. And Boise is currently going, there's a company there called Micron, who is recently invested $15 billion into physical construction. And so pretty much anyone that's available within any sort of reasonable radius around Boise area is they're all wrapped up in their job for Micron. That's a $15 billion budget as opposed to us. This is $4.5 billion. And so it made it difficult to that from possibilities that were closer to home. And so that will possibly to probably go entirely. The willingness to how much more we have to pay people to run the business, etc. So there are a lot of different angles, but he did show us about 6 or 7 different projects and try and relate those projects across our square foot. So just to do so much on it.
All right, I'm going to sound a bit like a broken record because I mentioned this a few times in other meetings, but also to the gentleman on the left and right. I also would like us to look at CMAR. It prevents the change orders. Multiple government buildings or government agencies across the state use this in addition to what Jeff said, just when they were fire station. And additionally, it puts the burden on the contractor for trying to figure out its costs. And I appreciate that, yes, pulling out Boise with a $15 billion build and rapid projects, that is going to have a market impact. But doing CMAR, making that burden on the contract. They would have to do that research. And I don't want anyone to lose money on this, but if they don't understand the market, that's on them. They've given us the promise of a building at a set price, and if they take a loss, they take a loss. That's on them. Again, it's not us. And I really feel like we've already taken a $4 million loss. We need to stop that quickly and find a different way to make sure that we don't lose any other money. And so I really would like to make sure that we are very seriously considering CMAR before it goes out to additional bids. So thank you. And thank you for your time as well. And with due respect to who our bidders were, our subcontractors were, our engineers were, this just needs to be a different process. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna handle the same thing. I've got a family member in construction management, I've talked to them, and some of their other company. I also think that the route we should probably be taking on this is CMAR. I just like the idea of collaboration that happens with construction manager at risk. And they're literally working through the process for a design company to make sure that things are being designed and can be built that price versus design bid build. I think design bid build is probably not the way to go. I'm talking to people. It sounds like it's a problem all over the nation that process just doesn't work anymore. Which is why legislation really changed so that school districts can use CMAR to that process to have buildings and things like that. Yeah, and I think in that way, then you get a guaranteed maximum price. I worry about maybe trying to redesign or to fix out a design go out to bid, and it's still not where we want it to be. And so I think by moving maybe to that construction manager at risk process, then we will have a guaranteed maximum price once it's designed with that contractor, with that construction company. Then we will have a guaranteed maximum price, and we won't have to worry about change orders coming in, or we think maybe we're getting the job for cost that we want it to be, and then, when everything's said and done, we end up spending $4 million more than we hoped or had planned on spending because of change orders. I also think sometimes when you pick the lowest bidder, that can lead to inferior jobs. I don't think that that's always the case, but I think that's a risk that you could take. And so, yeah, I also agree that we really need to start looking into construction manager risk, not just this job, but also future builds.
I'll just say, said it before, but I'll say it again. I would not remember any over. I've made a lot of them clear to all parties involved that to us. So, I mean, that's not a problem. We still have to figure out the job, but I'm fully committed to making sure that this is not what we asked. All of these have to come from the bill, from from the source, and what the tribe is able to contribute to our contribution of effort is management is the promise. So I'll make sure that doesn't get.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. If there's nothing else, moving to 5.01, which is board plans. Because we have a lighting issue, let's start at one end and pastors will keep carrying on. Trustee Lee. Trustee Stanley.
I'll jump right in. Had the debt management commission meeting a week or so ago. That was very informative for me to go through. I was real proud of the individuals that presented themselves in that meeting. We came across everything's being done well, so I was glad to see that. We did have a little bit of a meaningful discussion about our lack of funding for capital improvements, and although there weren't really any solutions offered, I do know that it was on a collection of people, you know, Mayor of Wendover was there, Mayor of Elko, and County Commission, you know, several different, all these groups were represented. They were all very curious about how we were handling it, it seemed like they were willing to look for some solutions. So I was really nice. Also coming up this weekend, everybody knows we're hosting for NASB this weekend in Elko. So excited to see everybody there, and it's a good training. What else I wanted to say thank you for your words and how well all of it you represent West Wendover in the district. Great job. Really shows. And we'll shout out to the football team too. It's nice to see a good win. So yes, yeah. Nice to see a win. It was 33-8. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I had to say.
Advice. No? Trustee Trustee Ballard, sorry.
So I just wanted to thank the superintendent for implementing the grid that I have been asking for. It was really beneficial to me as a board member to be able to see the cost of the program per student. Numbers, layered outcomes and risks, and what's going to be done to make sure that accomplishing those goals, so we make sure that we're spending our money in a way that is beneficial to students. My question about that is I saw on the accounts payable, one of the companies that was on there, there was a payment to that. So are these ones that were on that grid, things that have already been purchased, all of them? I know one was. And that's just kind of, I think, my idea is getting that grid maybe before. So anyways, but love that, love seeing that, appreciate that. I know I've received some emails from different places in the district with some concerns and the rest of the board members have. And it's really awesome to see how you've been following up on that with leaders and schools and seeing those issues and handled. You guys are doing great. It's only a great job. And also the follow-up on the elementary compartmentalization studies. I thought that was really interesting, read through that, and I think it looks promising. It's more so from like a teacher's point of view and not so much from student outcome, but how well teachers like it and how well they will like it improve their teaching emphasis and things like that. So I think that's also what we're looking into more, and I appreciated that you helped follow up with that after the board brought that up at our last meeting. And I think that's it. Really my on the CMARs.
Thank you very much. We're going to throw you into, again, appreciation to West Wendover for hosting us. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you very much to the FCCLA group, the Robotics group as well. And welcome to our new teachers as well as all the training staff. It's going to be out on the side of the school. Good to see you. Thank you. And finally, student member Hansen, do you have anything to say?
I didn't have any comments on any policies or anything like that, but I did want to thank you for this opportunity. And for really showing that to myself, but also the students of our school district, that you guys care about our opinion and that you want to hear what we have to say about these policies and put them into place.
Thank you. Well said. And for the rest of the students, as we travel to the communities beyond Elko, we do have student representatives. So in those communities, please talk with your administrator and see if there's something that you might want to contribute. We prepare for that. And then Elko is free to rotate back and forth when we are in Elko as well. With that, we go to 6.01, we go to accounts payable. this is possible action. We have a motion by trustee Durham, second by trustee Byers. Is there any discussion?
This is trustee Dastrup. I will disclose that I have a family.
And just
Oh.
go ahead and swear.
I have to disclose that I have a 10-year-old son that works for Roseville Electric, but I will not be a
I'm going to do that on behalf of Ms. Trustee Dastrup as well. If there's something wrong, then yes, I may have to share your disclosure. Done. Thank you very much. And for the record, Trustee Dastrup did not have comments under the last item as we were communicating back and forth. Thank you very much. With that said, some further discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye as well, motion passes. 7.01 is input from the public. This is a vital opportunity to share with the board any of your thoughts or concerns. The definition that we read earlier still standing. Final call. Thank you very much again to West Wendover, and we stand in adjournment. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good evening and safe travels home.